Hey guys, welcome back to moveSKILL. Today we're going to talk about the muscle up transition. Specifically, we're going to talk about what the requirement is and what we're trying to build towards. I want to start this off by saying we really advocate learning the muscle up strict before ever going to a kip. The reason is the amount of strength and stability required to do the whole movement safely, and the consequences for not doing it safely are pretty big. So before we jump in, I just want to address one quick thing. We're going to be doing all of these movements in false grip. False grip is a way of holding onto the ring that allows you to pull, and then after the transition push with basically not wrenching the hand at the wrist. So what you can do is kind of bend your hand at an angle, and this kind of corner right here, this is where the ring's going to sit. This is going to be, I'm not going to say comfortable, it's going to feel pretty nasty at first. It's on bone, but this is going to allow you to pull and then transition and push much easier. So take your hand, stick that corner right at the bottom of the ring, and then wrap your fingers around. First thing we're going to do is the transition from a standing position, assisting through the toes minimally, but it's going to help me get in and out nice and safe. From here, just grab that false grip. I'm going to lower myself a little bit down. I don't need to straighten my arms right now. That's not what we're focusing on. What I'm going to do is pull the rings deep into my chest and drive my sternum up, and then drive my head forward and transition through. And now you notice when I did this, when I pulled these rings towards the center of my chest, my arms stay tight. I'm staying really close. I'm not letting my elbows wing out, and I'm not letting the rings come away. Don't feel like you're cheating if you're pushing through the toes. It's not cheating, you're assisting. You're helping yourself, you're helping your body learn this movement and learn the position. So from the bottom, pull, drive my head through, and stay there. There's no use in pushing out of the bottom just yet. From here, we're going to get some equal benefit lowering ourselves through. So squeeze those rings tight against your body, drag your knuckles in front of your chest, and lower yourself down. Okay, one more time. Nice and tight. Through. Notice when I did this, a lot of people make the mistake of pushing the rings forward and staying really high up here. If you were hanging from the rings right now, I guarantee you would not be this high above them. As soon as those rings go forward, your body comes underneath. All right, we're going to change the rings a little bit. We're going to drop them down. We're going to show you this position from the floor in a pike. So once you get comfortable doing this movement on your toes, we can start to do it from the pike. This is going to add a little bit more value. One, it's going to require a stronger pull from the arms, and two, it's going to incorporate a piking position, which will help my body pivot over the rings. And this is something I really want to stress. The muscle up is two big strength movements: a really deep ring to chest pull, or even like side of the rib cage pull, transitioning over, and then this deep dip from really the bottom. What we're doing in the transition, this isn't the muscle part of the muscle up in my opinion. This is learning to shift your body weight over. So we're trying to pull the pivot point beneath my shoulder and allow my shoulder to pivot over the rings. And a lot of people will find that once they actually get a strict muscle up, they realize it was a little bit easier, you know, than they had previously thought. So once again, start in false grip, turn those rings in towards yourself, try and keep your feet out in front of you nice and straight, and start that big pull leading with your chest and lean through. On the way back down, nice and controlled. Notice how I didn't drop to the ground. This is going to be a big kind of pointer. If you try this and you fall to the ground when you come through, go back to standing on your feet. Make sure you're ready to really control this movement all the way up and all the way down before you go to the pike. All right, I hope that helps you out with the muscle up, at least with the transition. Really pace yourself with these. Really try and work on the technicality of the movement. I would really recommend videotaping yourself doing these. See if your elbows flare out, see if those rings sneak away from you. If they do, take a step back and make it a little bit easier. Have a good one.